Hey, it's Maria from Maria Heals, and I'm here to provide some information on how to stay grounded for us empaths and sensitives in this online platform. The online world is just as nuanced as the physical world out there. It might be a 2D screen, but it's actually a 3D energetic and layered process too. And I'm here to support you to develop some skill sets so that you don't have to be drained or tired or feel unsupported with this online medium. I'm actually excited to be online because I connect with so many people that I wouldn't connect with normally, and I have a worldwide audience. So I'm very grateful to be online, but I do appreciate the fatigue and the nuanced energy that requires such little tweaking and some energy mastery so that you can really show up with that leadership in mind, show up with that being of service, being of value, and really providing some support for your audience out there. So let me share what I will share today. Let me share what I will share. Let me share. We will be looking at some energy hacks, basic technology must-haves, opening up the energy container and closing the container, intention setting, how to connect, embodiment, staying grounded, not drain, and plugging into source. So how do you do all that? And why would you want to do that? Well, if you're an empath or a sensitive, you're going to feel the nuanced energies that are coming at you, but you don't quite really that. Is it real? Is it not real? Is it me or is it them or is it what's happening? So here am I demystifying what is happening. It's real. It's all real. Energy is real. And what I wanted to also share is the neurology of finding its love online. So that neurology of online love, it's like, how do we relax our nervous systems enough to be really present? And that's a skill set. It's a mastery. So let's dive in. So why am I doing this? I had called a client and I said, "Hey, how did your presentation go?" And she said, "Oh, Maria, I'm just so tired." She used another word. "I'm so tired now. I could not fathom what they were thinking. I not having direct feedback like you would with a live audience really fatigued her, and that takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to engage an audience online too. So that's something that we can look at later down the line. So, energy hacks. Why are you online? Remember why you're online. I'm online because I want to connect with my soul family. My motivation is to show up daily and to connect with my soul family. And the only way I can connect is being online and being supportive and adding value. Be clear about why you're online. What is your motivation? That's number one. It's an energy hack. It's sort of coming back to your why. And then another energy hack is to have little trinkets around you that create a resonance, a heart-filled resonance. And I'm saying little trinkets, like I have crystals and candles. I light a candle where I'm working, and I have an intention with that candle that supports that light and that ignition, and that motivates me. You can have flowers in your room which create a resonance with outside world. You can have crystals which create a resonance with the earth family. It's whatever you would like to create a resonance with. So the idea is to have an ambience that you are happy to sit in and to be supported in, and to create that energy container for yourself. The next one is opening energy container and closing the energy container. Whenever I go online, it's what is my intention? How am I going to hold the space? And then I close the container as well. So I'm connected to the container now. I'm staying present in the space and I'm connecting to you online. My intention is to add value and add support. So be intentional. Intention setting happens before you go online and happens before you open the container, and when you finish, you close the container. I also open the container. You can do hand gestures. So you're opening a circle. I really love being in a circle because it's faith, hope, and trust in who's coming to see and be with you. And then how to connect. Connecting online when you can't see the others is, I imagine the audience is out there. So my soul family, I'm connecting through my soul to you, to my soul family. So connecting to your soul family is important. So having that intention, being visceral and being of support while you're sitting in your chair, feet on the ground. Do you know that most women have their one foot hooked around their ankle when they're sitting? So have both feet on the ground, really present. Have your pelvis seated, so you're feeling your left and right landing on the chair and really elongating your spine. So there's some physical postural things that can open up your energy too, and really be receptive to what's coming through to you. And the intention you have is, how do you the intention you have is sending that message out too. So it's being of value. The next one is plugging into source. So their embodiment, staying grounded, not drained. So really plugging into source, feet on the ground, plugging into Mother Earth, Gaia, and then plugging into source above you so that you're steered in the right direction. So and I want to talk about the nuanced energy. You know, if you are feeling that it's layered, it is layered. Don't part of our cycle is, it's not true, it's not true, it's not true. But what about if it is true? And what about if we face those uncomfortable feelings? What about if we worked on them? Then they dissolve. It's a little secret, but when we see them, we can't unsee them and we can work with them. So that's the spiritual work as well. So it is online. And I asked an audience, you know, do they see online as 2D or is it connected? And some people see it as 2D, but I see it as connected, and we're energy, so we're connected right throughout, and quantum physics will show you that we're connected. And as a medical intuitive, I've seen evidence time and time again that connection is so supportive of any intention that my clients meet or set. It's setting the intention that's really supportive of the outcome. So set your intentions, they're really important. So I wanted to talk about the neurology of online love. So during this time, we've been, because people have gone virtually, and virtual is here to stay, because people are now more virtual than ever, and we're having calls in rooms and online, and it's it can be exhausting. So know your limits, know what capacity you're at. Can you do 3 or 4 hours, or can you do less or more? And you can grow that depending on where you are. So there are techniques to grow that. And becoming real with what you need too. So you first. What's happening online is that the response is response to trauma. So it's big T, small t. But the nuanced responses is those micro traumas that happen with an eye roll, or you can't see anyone, or they can't see you, or you have your microphone off and you're supposed to have it on and it takes you a while to unplug it. They're all sort of things that create a bit of an energetic disturbance. So have those basic technology skills, you know where your microphone is, you know you have your water, which I'm going to have a bit now. You have your water handy, and you're human too, so those expectations, but just have those places where your microphone, your video, and just know that where they are, your cursor. Especially if you have two screens and you lose your cursor, that's another thing. There is a skill set involved, so just practice because you'll get it too. And what I wanted to talk about too is the neurology of online love, because when you are present, you are building your container, you're expanding your container so that you can be more present, but you need to have that safe space to do that. So, in order to do that, there are ways to do it. In order to do that, you have context, choice, and connection. So, I'm going to go through this is the polyvagal theory of this recalibrating the central nervous system. They talk about co regulation, but it's like when we all come together, we're just here to serve. Not be a servant, but here to serve our soul family. So, with context, our nervous system needs information. Without information and context, the nervous system has a state response. That energy gets fed up to the brain, and the brain is going to make up stories. So, look into what stories are coming up for you and are they real. This is what I work with my clients on, is establishing whether the stories are real. Are they happening now? Have they happened in the past? Let's look at what is safe for you right now. And this is happening in microseconds online. It's not something that's happening over there. It's happening right here online, and just needing to be aware of it. So have your context. What is the story you're telling yourself? That's another way of doing it. So, do you have a choice? Do you have a choice? Set the intention. What's the choice? Why are you there? The connection, the support, the value. Be really, really honoring of that intention and choice. It's essential. So, choice is essential for the nervous system. When the nervous system has a sense of choice being limited or to feel trapped, we enact the nervous system and as an adaptive survival response. So, we go into fight, flight, or freeze. So, being really real with your choices and honoring that choice and intention is really supportive of you being present and connecting with others. Connection, an essential need for the nervous system to feel safe enough to engage in the world from a regulated place. And I tell you, if you're in the room with a whole lot of regulated nervous systems, you're going to feel so good at the end, because in the end, you become regulated through their nervous system. So that connection of co regulation is happening synergistically. Yeah, it's a real thing. But if you're in a room with lots of anxiety and lots of problem solving's good, but lots of anxiety and fear, and they're nuanced. It's really recognizing when they do come up, and that's really supportive of your nervous system. So if you're feeling anxious, there's ways of in that online setting is you've got your candles, you've got your essential oils, you might have your flowers, you could have a photo of your family that invites you to feel into that resonance, that really heart coherent space. And it's really important to feel into, so what's the context, what's the choice, and what's the connection. Um, and connecting to yourself is really important. So feeling safe and secure and having your message. If you need to write down your message, write it down. If you're a leader that responds to the energy, really feel into what's your energy, what you would like to create as value for others that are in the room too. So yeah, and I just want to go through 3 organizing principles of the nervous system. So, and this is the Polyvagal Theory by Steve Porches, and Deb Dana has done a lot of work on distilling it and giving practices, which is a really great resource. So there's a ladder. So neuroception is just your perception. For me, that means like a simple check out what's happening with you, what's your perception, and also what's happening in that environment. So it's online, it's 2D, but it's a room. Imagine the room and imagine the people sitting in the room. It's like a conference room that you attend. And if you can imagine all that energy coming at you if you were in person, it's still the same in online too. Excuse me. So it's nuanced, but it's there. And I want to say that it is present and it is there. So neuroception, which is the way our nervous system takes in cues from the world. So just be aware that there's a perception process as well. And it's a neurological response. So don't be harsh on yourself. It's biological. But with awareness, it's a biological response. So, with awareness and kindness to yourself and self compassion, you do grow more of a capacity to be present and to honor your mission in this world, to work with the people that you're meant to work with. So, hierarchy is the next level of nervous system response. It's organizing what's happening in your nervous system. So, there's perception, neuroception, 3 predictable pathways of response. So, this is when you go into freeze. You could go into freeze, fight, or flight. And there's another one, fawn, which they don't really talk about in polyvagal theory. Not that I'm aware of. If they do, please let me know. So what might mobilize? It might be a really small trigger that you have no conscious memory of, but it's creating that response. So just be aware of what you're doing in the moment, and be aware of how that response can occur or in your body, in your viscera, in your energy field. And it is creating so much acute awareness and intimate awareness of how that happens. And it happens too with all humans. All humans have it. Some for prolonged periods, some for shorter periods. But the more aware of what this hierarchy response, the more the more delicious it can all be. It's just it's uncomfortable, but you can process through it a lot quicker. There's some ways to process through. So one of the things is being curious. I say to my clients, we're here, but also operate up here and be curious about what's happening. So here is us, our body, our responses, what we're feeling. Can we name a feeling? That's often it's often a an insight into what you're feeling. If you can't name a feeling immediately, it means that there's a little jumble happening. There's lots of different energetic responses and processes that I can take you through too. And it's really unique and customized to everyone. So to find yours is a process. To find what your response is and how you feel and what you can name your feelings, and what your path is really unique to you. But one of the things you can say to yourself, I'm doing my best, and breathe. So breathing is one of the beautiful things you can do, and we can all do. And I'm doing my best. The other one is I'm curious. I wonder what's happening here. I'm curious. Is this nuanced energy? Is this what it means to read the energy field? And you might be reading the energy field, but not conscious to reading the energy field, and you're getting all this information at you. So just be aware here, like in this reality, but also feeling that overall objective too. So, and the last thing is co-regulation, which I think I mentioned earlier, is truly challenging these days because co-regulation is a biological imperative, which means we do not survive without it. So co-regulation is where we are in the presence of others, and I'm thinking that we are, because we're all energetic beings, being online means that we're in the presence of others, and it's having that co-regulation with other nervous systems, which can be very, very supportive of where you are. So listening inside your body to hear what's going on in your heart, your breath, and your body rhythms, in your viscera, in your digestion, in your muscles. So, so if you're in neuroception, it's hearing the cues. I've got some notes here. And if your breath rhythms are out of sorts, there's all cues of danger, neuroception. So that's just, they're just things just to be aware of. If you feel that your energy is being not dismissed, or you're dismissing your energy, it's really important that you create and craft a compassion for yourself. So really knowing your energy will support you to know that energy that's coming in from outside in. Yeah, and it happens online too. So there's, I wanted to say, the whole thing is we are connected. We are connected. Connection to self, so important. Know where you're at, and you'll know what other energies are coming at you. Connection to others, have the intention of connecting to others, and know what happens when you do connect to others in your body. So really honor that connection. Connection to this world around us. Yeah, we're connected to that whole world around us, and the virtual world is one big connection. And connection to spirit. So have your spiritual practices as well. Call in your guides. This morning I spoke to my guides, and they actually presented themselves, which was really exciting. So there's more coming from Maria Heals, but just for now, knowing your energy and knowing the energy outside that's coming from the outside is vital and important for your well-being and your healing and your processes. And remember, you first always. So how to really look after yourself is going outside. Don't sit here forever. Having your breaks, knowing your boundaries, building your capacity, and then expanding that capacity gently, having compassion. Yes, smelling a flower. How beautiful is that? That will relax your nervous system. So anything that engenders love in you will be really beneficial and supportive of your nervous system to regulate. So the neurology of online love is about you finding that love within, that love with that love outside, and really knowing how to have that self-compassion. Compassion's so important. Did you know that compassion is compass with an ION? When we have compassion, we have directional altitude and attitude, and we can do anything. So you can do anything. So look after your energy. There is incoming energy. It's really thick and fast at the moment, and it can be very supportive, very buoyant. So stay grounded and look after yourself. If you're tired, rest. Know your capacity. That's one thing, and it's a process in your capacity, and then appreciating it, loving it for where it is, and that's the only way that you can grow that capacity to really build what you're building in this world and be that ripple effect as the leader that you are. Okay, it's Maria from Maria Heals. If you'd like to know anything else, please let me know. I am here at, you can find me at mariaheals.com. I was going to give you my email address, but you don't need to. mariaheals.com is my website, and I am so proud to be offering a spiritual development and leadership program. It's a really beautiful, immersive container that I teach you all of these nuances, and you get to know how you operate in the world in a really intimate way. And I'm so proud of the work that I've done, who's gone through the program. So that's coming up. It comes up twice a year. And then I run circles, which are a 12-month container. And they're all online, and they're just beautiful, beautiful people doing beautiful work in the world and really getting to know themselves on an intimate level, really layered. We're all layers of energy here. With that, find me at mariaheals.com, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.